that was 7. Okay, today I've got a max hangboard session lined up, so I thought I'd film it and show you guys where my finger strength is at and how I've hopefully made some progression over the last couple of months. In January I did this max fingerboard test and managed to get about 31.7 kilos over a 7-second hang on the 18mm Beastmaker hold. So today hopefully I'm gonna break that record and gonna go for whatever I can get basically. So started off the day with a bit of yoga and warming up, getting the body moving, and then I've moved into doing some pull-ups, hanging, some finger rolls on holds on the hangboard setup I've got here, and basically just getting myself warmed up enough to start loading up my fingers. I'm going to do a few more hangs. I don't quite feel 100% warm yet, so I'm going to do a few more hangs on some of the small holds and then start to progress by adding weight. I've weighed myself this morning. I weighed 75.2 kilos. So as I add the weight on, I'm going to be weighing myself using the scales rather than just weighing what I have, because I want to work out how much I can actually hold so I can measure that progression. Because if I do lose weight and then I suddenly think I'm going up by 4 or 5 kilos on the finger strength, I'm actually staying around level. I want to make sure I'm actually progressing and getting these fingers a bit stronger. Yeah, so let's kick off and get into it, and I hope you enjoy the video. So my main goal with hangboard training is gaining some finger strength, but mostly keeping away from injury. I find when I actually hangboard and put it into my usual routine, it keeps me away from injury as long as you do it right, and as long as I have a rest day or a very light climbing day afterwards. It hasn't been a problem. I found that the times I've been injured is when I haven't had fingerboard training in my routine. I used to just do it with body weight, but then found that body weight wasn't gaining me as much finger strength as I wanted, so I started with these max hangboard sessions and read the Training for Climbing book from Eric Horst, lots of the lattice videos, the Dave McLeod videos online, and there's so much information you can get out there for hangboard training and stuff, and to keep it safe. And in general, I think hangboarding is pretty safe as long as you've been climbing for a while. It's a completely static way to train, so you're not actually moving dynamically between holds unless you're jumping around a Beastmaker like a crazy person, which I'm not doing. Cool, so what I'm using today for my weighted hangs is first of all, I've got my weight vest, which weighs I think about 8 kilos, something like that. Then I've got to add on to that, I've got a bag of diving weights, so I can load this up 1.5 kilos at a time. If that's not enough, then I have one of Renee's kettlebells, which is 4 kilos, a couple of dumbbells. I've got a big bag of bolts that I use to bolt climbs, and I've got some scuba cylinders and a hammer as a last resort. So I think we've got enough stuff here without needing actual weights. And like I said, in between each session, each hold, I'm going to be weighing myself to make sure I know what I've got. I'm going to start loading this up gradually. I know that just having the weight vest on is going to be absolutely fine, and then I'll start loading up probably maybe 5 kilos at a time until I start to reach that limit. This session should probably take around 35 to 45 minutes, I think it normally takes me to do this one. And I don't do this one very often either. I normally use this as a kind of guide, and then for my actual hangboard training, when I'm doing weighted hangs, I don't do my maximum weight. Maybe I should be. Leave a comment below if you think I should be doing this more often, but I normally do this session maybe every 6 to 8 weeks. And I started off once when I first started doing this, I was only holding an extra maybe 10 kilos on these holds, and I've gradually progressed it to about just over 30, so I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, feeling pretty warm. So I think I'll jump into the first hangs. Easy. Cool. That was a bit harder, but yeah, still all good. What weight was that? 95 point something. 100.8. It definitely creeps up on you though. You start to feel fine to start with, and then you just get to a point where you can't hold it anymore. Yeah, it's getting harder, but that still feels fine. Kettlebell.
105 flat.
I think it's going to be 29.8 kilos, so getting towards what I maxed out at last time. Yeah. Another 2 minutes till I jump on. This one feels pretty heavy. Yep, that was heavy. Next one's gonna be personal best. An extra 50 grams. Oh, yeah! Holy moly. I think I can do a lot more than that. Let's stick one of these scuba tanks in there. Number 3. Oh, Jesus.
The racking system's having a battle too.
Okay, that was a battle. I don't know how much more I'm gonna be able to do. Woo! That was tough. I want to say 1.5 kilos. I think this one's going to be a real challenging one. Last hang was pretty hard. Got to the 7-second mark, but hands wanted to open a little bit. Had to really reef down on them half crimps. Let's do some real try hard. There might be some yelling in this one. Fucking hell! Oh, happy with that. That was awesome. It was hard though. Okay, we're running out of weights. One of these weighs maybe 2.5, 3 kilos. Maybe more. I thought that bag was 1.5, it ended up to be 3. Let's go in there. So this one is 120.8. I'm not sure if I should do this one yet, or if I should. That's adding like another almost 6 kilos. Geez, that dive cylinder weighs 6 kilos. Oh my god. Oh man, I'm gonna be freaking stoked if I get this. I don't think there'll be much more than this though. I think that was 7. Holy shit. That was heavy. Let's stick the hammer in, see if I can go again. Oh, no, 5 seconds. Okay, now I've hit the absolute limit. Made 5 seconds on that hold with the 46 kilos. I'm gonna give it a 4-minute rest and then try that one again. Hopefully should be able to get that. Maybe we just didn't have a decent enough grip to start with on the hold. So one last attempt and then I'm gonna call it. Awesome. Oh, yes! Holy shit! I'm gonna call it a day there. That was I think that was my max of what I'm gonna be able to hold today. Pretty fatigued. That session has taken about 50, just under 50 minutes. So now that was my 10th hang of absolute max load. I'm gonna give my fingers a rest. This session was just to see how far I've actually progressed, but it actually turns out to be a real good session because you're loading yourself up with a lot of weight. Yeah, absolutely stoked with that, to get personal best and to have gained 15 kilos. So I've gained just over 15 kilos in the last 2 months. January, February. So normal week of hangboarding for me is twice a week, and over the last 2 and a bit months I've been focusing on weighted hangs, so doing between 10 and 15 extra kilos on me on the Beastmaker holds, either the small one on the 1000 or 2000, which I think is 12 mil, or the 18 mil hold and using 20 kilos. So about 10 to sometimes 10 to 12 on the small holds and about 20 kilos on the bigger holds, and doing maybe a 30 to 40 minute session on them. I've been doing that twice a week, and focusing on that max hangboard strength, which I think has strengthened my fingers no end. I feel better when I am bouldering on moonboards and smaller holds now as well. My crimp strength is feeling a lot stronger, and haven't managed to injure myself. So keeping away from injury is the main thing for me, so I can continue to climb, and feeling better outdoors as well on smaller holds, crimpier routes, because I have some quite hard projects coming up. But absolutely stoked today to have added like 15 kilos to my maximum weighted hang and to feel good doing it. Really good to have a try hard session as well. So if you're on lockdown and you are hangboarding, remember, probably don't do something like this unless you've been climbing for a few years. I think I've been climbing for about 4 years now. So it's got to the point where this is kind of a normal progression for me. But if you've only just bought a hangboard because you got into climbing before the lockdown and decided to buy one, I wouldn't recommend doing something like this. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.